Hello Pisces, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Every month leaves its own symbols. Today let's explore what August may be reflecting for Pisces, not only through tarot, but also through the sky above us. We have the Knight of Swords, the Death reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed, and our oracle card is Perseverance. We will return to these cards in just a moment. Let's begin with the month itself. August opens beneath a steady yet transformative sky for you Pisces. Jupiter continues its journey through Leo, where it will remain until July 2027. For Pisces, this activates your sixth house, the house of daily routines, health, work, and well-being. Jupiter expands whatever is ready to grow. As it moves through this part of your chart, it may inspire new creative projects, encourage you to learn new skills, bring greater enjoyment to your daily work, and even support your overall vitality and well-being. This month also brings two especially meaningful events. On August 12th, we experience both a new moon and a solar eclipse in Leo. A new moon marks a beginning. An eclipse often brings a deeper reset. Together, they invite us to release what no longer reflects who we are becoming, making space for something more authentic to emerge. The sky doesn't force change. It creates moments that invite it. August feels like one of those moments. For you, Pisces, this solar eclipse activates your sixth house, inviting you to refresh your daily routines, work environment, health, and well-being. It may inspire more fulfilling work, healthier habits, and a renewed sense of purpose into your everyday life. This new moon invites you to plant new seeds, bringing fresh inspiration to both your daily routines and your creative projects. I'd like to share two reflections to capture the spirit of this moment. Beyond applause. When approval becomes your measure, the soul grows tired. Release the need for validation, comparison, and endless pursuit. True worth is not performed, it's remembered. Come home to what is real, not what is seen. As Jupiter expands Leo's energy, it also enlarges whatever is waiting to be seen. That includes our gifts and sometimes our shadows. This card asks us, where do I still measure my worth through someone else's eyes? Where I have forgotten that my value has always existed even when no one is watching. Sometimes the strongest foundation we can build is the quiet confidence that no longer depends on applause. For Pisces, this may be the month you stop trying to become everything for everyone and remember that simply being yourself has always been enough. The inner sun, a new beginning of self-remembering. Step into the light that has always lived within you. Honor your inner child, your source of joy, creativity, and truth. You are not becoming the light, you are returning to it. Once we loosen our grip on external approval, something beautiful begins to awaken. The inner sun reminds us that our deepest confidence has never come from outside ourselves. It has always lived within. Pisces often carries the emotions of the world. This month reminds you that your own light deserves the same care and attention you so naturally offer to others. That return to yourself may become one of the August's greatest gifts. Toward the end of the month, on August 28th, we have the full moon and lunar eclipse in Pisces. For Pisces, this full moon activates your first house, the house of self. It invites you to release identities you have outgrown. As your own light becomes clearer, you may notice which routines, relationships, and habits no longer reflect your true self. After a month of new beginnings, the full moon reminds us that not everything needs to be solved. Some things simply ask to be released. The circle of giving. We are here to give from our hearts, and we are here to receive with grace. True balance is not in giving more, but in honoring the sacred flow between both. Together we rise, together we heal. Many of us find it easier to give than receive. We offer our time, our energy, our care, but struggle to accept support when it is offered back. This full moon invites a balance. To share your gifts freely and to receive with the same openness. Because giving and receiving are not opposites. They complete one another. Pisces gives with remarkable generosity. August asks whether you have left enough room to receive the kindness, understanding, and love you so freely offer everyone else. The skies often ask us to grow. The cards often ask us to look within. Neither can choose our path for us. So let's turn to the cards and see what they may be reflecting for you this month. The first card is the Knight of Swords. Most tarot decks show a knight charging into battle on horseback. But this card shows something entirely different. A young girl rides through the sky on a delicate paper crate. In one hand, she holds what looks almost like a candy cane, playful rather than threatening. Around her drift strange objects, winged shapes, and dreamlike fragments, as though she is flying through a world where imagination has replaced ordinary rules. Nothing here feels aggressive. It feels like someone finally allowing life to move again. Like someone was waiting until every uncertainty disappears before taking the next step. This knight tells us that movement itself often creates clarity. You don't have to know every answer before beginning. Sometimes you simply have to unfold your wings. The second card is Death reversed. For many people, this is one of the most misunderstood cards in tarot. It speaks about transformation. And because it's reversed, it suggests that something has already changed, even if part of us is still holding on. Look closely at this image. The girl rests peacefully with her eyes closed. A beaten apple lies beside her. Tiny gnomes surround her, silent witnesses from an old fairy tale. Nothing here feels frightening. Nothing feels violent. It feels suspended, almost as time itself has passed. Sometimes life has already turned the page, while our hearts are still reading the previous chapter. This card is asking, what are you ready to stop carrying? Not because someone tells you to, but because you no longer need it. Our third card is the Ace of Wands reversed. She holds the salamander close against her heart. The tiny creature is not frightened. It feels protective. The card is reversed. I don't see a fire that's gone out. I see someone protecting the last spark they have. There is a difference. When we are exhausted, our light often becomes quieter. But quieter doesn't mean absent. Sometimes the bravest thing we do is protect that small flame until it's ready to grow again. And finally, our oracle card, Perseverance. I think this card has been misunderstood for a very long time. The original title says misfortune, but when I read the guidebook, I found myself looking beyond the title. I looked at the woman. She has clearly walked a difficult road. She leans on her stick. Her clothes are worn. Her body is tired. Yet she keeps walking. Even the guidebook eventually arrives at the same lesson. Continue moving. Don't waste your remaining strength. Keep going. That is perseverance. Not pretending life has been easy. Not denying hardship. Simply refusing to let hardship become your identity. For many Pisces, Saturn has asked exactly that over the past few years. To keep showing up, to keep learning, to keep trusting yourself even when progress felt slow. If that has been your story, perhaps this card is not reminding you of your struggles. Perhaps it's honoring your resilience. Taken together, these 4 cards tell a hopeful story. The night begins to move. Death asks you to release what has already finished. The Ace of Wands protects the quiet spark that still lives within you. And Perseverance reminds you just how far you have already come. Sometimes we mistake exhaustion for failure, but they are not the same thing. Exhaustion says, I have been carrying this for a long time. Failure says, I have reached the end. These cards don't speak of endings. They speak of renewal, of lighter steps, of finally allowing yourself to move forward without carrying yesterday on your back. Not that life suddenly becomes effortless, but that you discover you have become stronger than the season that once tested you. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Take what speaks to your own experience. Leave behind whatever belongs to another path. And I'll see you in the next reading.